Okay, so the problem that I was having is that you can clearly see the angle of this bad boy is just not going to happen to get the sweet spot on the bass drum. So I do have a bass drum lift. This particular model is the Mapex. Um, yeah, typical bass drum riser that they have. When you set it up, I don't know if the camera angle can get this. I'll straighten up in a second, but obviously kick hinges right there. And that's pretty much just that bad boy, and that's nice. I mean, it lifts it a little bit, but I think these were designed more so for 18-inch bass drums and maybe 20-inch bass drums. I think more so for 18, but definitely not 16, because even on the 16, you can see the angle is still too far down, and I really don't have the spurs all the way up, so that would even be a more of an angle if I lowered the spurs. So yeah, I mean, you connect the bass drum pedal up, and so you set the bass drum pedal up, my Awesome Axis pedal, and you can see it's too high. I mean, it's not even the midpoint. Midpoint's going to be right in this area. This is about the midpoint, and this is where I'm at. So there's definitely a big difference there. So once again, this is not going to do the trick. It's not high enough, and so what I ended up doing is trying to think of different ways to raise that up, and it's been a long battle, but I come up with a pretty quick way to fix this. So I'm going to walk you through this real quick. Like I said, I went to Home Depot and Lowe's and bought all kinds of metal pieces to try to increase the height of that, but I'll show you what I ended up doing. Let me take the bass pedal off. Sorry, I'm not a professional videographer, but you get the idea. So here's the deal. What I ended up doing, let me unscrew this, is, I went to Home Depot and Lowe's, and I was thinking if I could just get this metal to go a little bit higher, then it'll take care of this issue of not getting the sweet spot on the bass drum. So the idea was, here it is. This is the bass, you know that, and here's the part that I'm trying to get to raise up. I thought about adding this to it, and then just connecting my bass drum pedal to the bottom of that. The problem with that kind of model, that idea is, even if I solidified that with a metal, this metal bracket right here, that long metal bracket along the back side of that, like this, the problem with that is it's just not going to be strong enough. It's just not going to happen. I mean, it could work, it would, but not for really playing and then of course I would connect this to that. Somehow I would screw that in there and, probably hacksaw the rest of it off. But it's not going to be strong enough. It's not going to do the trick. That is not going to work. Like I said, it'll work a little bit, but not for playing a lot. I think over time it's going to be flimsy and it'll probably break off and just start to get bent out of shape. So anyway. So what I ended up doing, which I felt was not the perfect fit, but it'll work. So for you handy guys out there and handy girls that are out there, so you're thinking, what is this piece of metal? Well, before I hacksaw it into it, I use this for putting down hardwood flooring. For those of you that know anything about woodworking, you hammer that one side, you hammer the wood into place. That's pretty much what that is. And anyway, so my idea was, simply enough, I was trying to get a piece of metal about this tall, really. So this is what I landed on, okay? Check it out. This is where the rubber meets the road. I'm still going to use this. This is a very strong piece of metal I got from Home Depot, Lowe's. And the metal's already bent into shape. So I hacksawed part of that away because this was not sliding properly. It would get stuck in there and it was just literally too high. So what I ended up doing, I had to hacksaw this side of it off to make it thinner in order for me to adjust this. I do want to be able to adjust it. I want to be able to put an 18-inch on. I want to actually raise it up to do, for example, like my 16. So yeah, this is where I'm at right now. What I'm going to end up doing, so I put screws on this side of it, and those screws are going to go. I'm going to go right through. Actually, that's why I had the bass drum down in the workshop. I'm going to actually screw those in there, and then figure out the height that I need to make this work the best. When I'm done getting the screws in, I'll finish this out. But I think this is going to do the trick. More to come.